Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to season number 2 with Balsa Tavira, our Portuguese created club. If you missed any of our first season, I'm going to do a quick recap. You can also go back, binge, get caught up, but make sure you smash that like button on this video to show your support, and subscribe if you haven't already. Join the family here. So, looking back on Season 1 with Balsa Tavira, it was the club's first ever season in the Primeira Liga, after an amazing run to get promoted to this point, and it did not start off pretty, as expected, only scoring 1 goal in our first 5 matches, struggling to defend, and that continued for most if not all of the year, but our newcomer at striker, Boston Atwater, carried us through these tough times with his goal scoring, at one point helping us take the early lead on our rivals from the north, Porto, even though we couldn't hang on late. But then arrived Hans Magnusson, a Swedish striker from our academy, and he changed the feeling around the club. Suddenly we were getting goals, and even though our defense still struggled big time, we managed to climb out of the relegation spots with some great results and a great run of form in the last few months, and when it mattered most in the last few weeks, our defenders and goalkeeper Ivo Julio stepped up big time. We even got a shocking draw against Porto, and we narrowly survived in our first season, finishing 1 spot above the bottom 3, which leads into a fun second season where expectations are going to start to build for the club, but we're probably going to be in another relegation fight for survival. Now, before we officially kick off season number 2, I know a lot of you saw my community post, but in case you missed it, I'm really trying to think about ways to avoid the funks I get into when recording, and just with my motivation in general. The good thing is, with that all being said, I still love editing, storytelling, and doing this FC Destiny series, but there are some days where I just don't really want to play with Balsa Tavira and record. Doing the same thing over and over, no matter what, is gonna get tiring, and it just does for me at times, even though I really enjoy it still. What I realized is I probably just need some creative breaks, and just to spread my wings a little more with other videos on my channel, other types of videos, cause right now, it's all FC Destiny, has been for a while. At the time of recording this, over 80% of you do agree with this theory and think I should mix it up and add some new content, so let me tell you what I'm thinking, because I've already set my plans for what we're gonna do, and I have them ready to go. FC Destiny will still be the priority with Balsa Tavira, however, after every 2 videos or so, I'm gonna start a championship series. I'm craving it. I love doing that kind of career mode. We're gonna do a series with a championship club, try to get them promoted, try to build an identity at a club that's currently in the 2nd tier of England, and I've already chosen the club. You'll see it in episode 1, but I'm also gonna mix in a College Football 26 series at some point, which I've hinted at before. I did a trailer for an Old Dominion series. I am gonna do that eventually, maybe in the next month or so. I love that game. I love college football. I think you can all love my series too once you see how fun it is about getting into college football. It really is a lot like the passion that is around the beautiful game. So keep an eye out for all of that. Those are gonna be lower priority projects, but still a lot of fun. And even though occasionally there's gonna be more than a week break in between FC Destiny videos, it's all gonna go towards my overall channel success. More exposure, more variety, all good things in my mind. But let's move on here with Balsa Tavira. What do we have on tap in episode number 8, the first of season 2? We're gonna announce the player of the season and his upgrades. We're also gonna announce other player upgrades around the club. Appearance changes. We're gonna make our new big signing. This guy's gonna be a big deal for us, I think. And then we're also gonna do some stuff in the academy before we play our first match of season number 2 at home against Casa Pia. So let's get into it. Player of the season from season number 1, Boston Atwater, the big Bahamian beast, was exactly as you describe him, a beast. 6'5", 198, he's physically strong, but man, he turned into a goal scorer last season, and I don't think I could have expected the output that he gave us. I'll talk about his upgrades in a second, but just look here at the updated player records in the Balsa Tavira Google Sheet, which if you don't know about it at this point, it's always in the description. It details a lot about this career mode, but after season 1, you can now see the stats from season 1 in the player records tab. Boston far and away leads the team in goals. Sergi and Tornique are tied for the lead in assists. Now let's talk about other player upgrades and appearance changes, just so we're all aware with the way I approach overall changes after a season. Good way to think about it is if a player is playing in-game at a better overall based on the eye test, I will give them a slight boost in overall to match the improvement in performance that they're showing us. So for example, if a 59 overall player is playing way better than a 59, they'll go up a bit. But if a 65 overall player is playing well, there's less of a chance that they'll get an upgrade at all because they're already supposed to be better with that overall. So Boston's upgrades, +3 to his overall as you see there, and he gets a new playstyle, Enforcer, which if you've seen the videos of how Enforcer works in FC 26, I think with Boston's upgrades, with the way that he is overall as a player with his 83 strength, he could be an absolute monster, even more than he was last season, so big expectations for him. Oh, and appearance-wise, he has dreadlocks now, as you see there. As commented, I did take your comments into account and made some changes to our players as I saw fit. Speaking of upgrades, let's talk about Sergi Piedrabuena, who led the club in assists, had a good amount of goal-scoring production. What a player. And he got a +2 to his overall, up to a 66. You see he added a little bit of a stubble there, so he's getting into his unk stage of his career. 27 years old now, and his potential is 68. He's not going to get a ton better, but I mean, look at these stats. Everything's in the orange or the yellow. He's just very, very well-rounded. I gave him a decent boost to his stamina. He's right in the prime of his career, and he keeps getting better. Let's talk about our Swedish sensation, Hans Magnusson, 17 years old now, and he got the upgrades that I think he deserves. +2 to his overall. His potential sits at a team-high 82 right now for the first team, but now he's a little bit better at shooting, a little bit better at passing and dribbling, and he got a slight pace upgrade as well. No playstyle upgrades, but in general, I think he got the upgrades that he deserves after such an amazing season. Albeit, you gotta remember, this guy had 3 goals and 5 assists in 14 appearances, so can't wait to see a full season of Hans. Also of note in terms of overall and attribute upgrades, Nico Leal and Evandro Martins, both of our left backs got a +1 overall. I thought both of them had a very solid season overall, and I'm looking to see which one breaks out and maybe becomes our regular starter, because right now it's a 50-50 call with both of them. And to be honest, it's a 50-50 call at right back as well, but both of these guys I think maybe underperformed a little bit. Let's talk about Clayton now. Clayton got a slight bump in his overall as well, +1, and you see those summary of stats, it's such a well-rounded attribute balance, and I like that. Clayton really is such a balanced player. He does a little bit of everything. He's specifically good at dribbling, but I saw him defend well last year. He's got good stamina, he does run very well, and he scored a goal last season. I want to see him build on his good start to his career with Balsa from last season. I also added ankle tape and wrist tape, which you can't see right now, as requested in a comment, of course. But let's keep going and talk about Chico Maya. Where is Chico? Yes, there he is. He got a +1 to his overall, up to a 61. I thought he was terrific in the second half of the season. Really came on, scored some goals, provided some nice attacking play, and I think he deserved a little bit of an upgrade, so he got it. And what I'm hearing is, in this early preseason, is Chico Maya will be the starting left midfielder for Balsa Tavira starting this season, overtaking Joao Ferreira for now. But that is another tight battle, kind of 50-50 for that position. Our newcomer from last year, our first ever signing since we joined the Primera Liga, Tornike Gaprindashvili got a small upgrade, not to his overall, but to his passing. He tied for the lead in assists at the club last year, and he was a great creator, but I loved his energy on the wing. I definitely want to see more goal-scoring production from him this season, though, only 2 in his first season. And as a final reminder, all players' overalls, potentials, and everything can be seen in the Google Sheet as well. Now, let's go make a huge signing, and the name you are all gonna get to know is King Samuel Manu, the German 6'5" center back. He's massive, he's strong, he's solid defensively, and he's gonna be the first ever player we've had from Germany in FC Destiny. Kinda crazy. He also has claim to Ghanaian citizenship, and he's been on loan twice since joining Dusseldorf in 2023, but now that he's back, he doesn't really seem to have a path to playing time there, so I think he would realistically want that. I was back and forth between him and some other guys, but I love the look of this dude, and I think he would realistically want this opportunity to be a star for Balsa Tavira, so we welcome the king. What a name, King Manu. Welcome to Balsa Tavira. He comes in for a record fee of 875,000 euros, which is already a Balsa Tavira record. Welcome, King! However, the arrival of King Manu is going to mean a big reduction in role for Orlando Gouveia, who had a very inconsistent year last year, which means Luigi has decided to name a new captain of Balsa Tavira in what is turning into a new chapter for this club. And that new captain is Ivo Julio. Rightfully so, too. He captained Balsa Tavira whenever Orlando was out last year, led us well, and what better player to captain former goalkeeping legend and former AC Capri captain Luigi Rigatoni's team than a star goalkeeper himself. This also means that the Moon Man will be overtaking Orlando Gouveia as our third choice center back at the start of this season. So excited about King Manu. What a signing. Now let's talk about the academy, because we have some reports to review, the final reports from Spain, Portugal, and Oman. But first, to start things off, look at this from last season. Olaf Berglund decided to terminate his contract with our academy. I originally was upset because I simmed right through that message, but honestly, he really failed to impress at all last year, so I'm not gonna cry about it. Looking at our reports though from Armando, nothing worth taking in Spain, unfortunately. Same thing for Shah, Tom, and Oman. These three players were not up to our par for who we want to sign to our academy. However, as for Sam Mbube in Portugal, we did find someone. Sam Mbube gives us a legit center back prospect, Flavio Noronha. We are definitely going to be signing him. As you see there, one of the highest overalls we've had signed straight into the academy, 56 up there. I think he looks very solid overall. He already has a play style of bruiser. I mean, this is what we needed. We needed a center back in the academy. Is this the academy center back of the future that we've been waiting for? So, how are we going to start this season with academy scouting? Armando, who has an upgrade now, look at their stars. This is what I'm talking about. He was academy scout of the season. Now he's got 3-star experience, 2-star judgment. He's going to Portugal. Sam Mbube with a little bit of an upgrade to his experience, going to Angola. And Shah Tom, a little bit of an upgrade to his judgment, now going to Iceland to look for goalkeepers. However, talking about our current academy guys, we've got some changes made and some call-ups about to happen. Tiago Acevedo was our Academy Player of the Year. As you can see, he got a +2 to his overall, and he is going to get promoted to the senior team for this season. We also gave a little bit of a bump to Anwar Akuwayan, who's also going to be getting promoted to the senior team, and he's going to be getting sent out on loan. So Tiago Acevedo will be a part of Luigi's plans, but Anwar Akuwayan will not right now, but we are going to send him out on loan. And Ravi Thapa also came to us asking for a loan, so both of those wingers are going to be heading out. Ravi Thapa going to Livingston once the window opens. I think that's totally fair. And then just to round out academy things, we gave a small upgrade in overall to Fawzi Al-Turk, a good overall upgrade to Giancarlos Albuquerque, and also a little bit of an upgrade to Bento Gutierrez, whose overall didn't go up, but just a little bit of an attribute upgrade. Now, I am going to sim to the first match of the season. We're still in July, but we open up against Casa Pia at home. We're going to play that right now and then call this an episode. Now, let's finish off with our first match of season number 2 with Balsa Tavira at home against Casa Pia. It's the debut for King Manu. He's going to get the breakout scenario. It's going to be if he can get a 7.0 match rating or higher on his debut. I will add a playstyle since he doesn't have any, and I'll also give him +1 to all of his defensive stats, so stand tackle, slide tackle, interceptions, and defensive awareness. First chance to impress for the German in his new home. We're in Tavira at the Estadio Gilao. It's Balsa versus Casa Pia in the Primera Liga season opener. Vamos! King Manu already showing his physical presence. God, what a beast. Might be a chance for Casa Pia. They work it very well here in Mario Kuhlman with a crucial touch there. Gaprindashvili ahead to Atwater. That's nicely done. Boston on to Hans Magnuson. Very nicely done on to Gaprindashvili, and he's going to lose out. Just barely. That was a good run. This is really good from Casa Pia here. Captain Ivo Julio. What a save. Corner whipped in, Manu heads it out, and that is a big reason why we went and got a 6'5" defender there who can just head it out on the corners. Chico Maya, by accident, wins it back here. It's good passing here from Casa Pia. trying to cut down the passing angles, and it turns into a chance for them. Manu steps across, and Julio saves at the near post. What are we doing on the corner here? Saved by Julio again, cleared out by Manu, and we're struggling a little bit defensively, even though the Dragon's loving it. Oh, that's a good touch here. Due to Duarte, bad angle. King Manu in the way, and gotta remember, expectation-wise this season, we're still going to be up against it every single match. Did we get a little bit better? Yes, but we are still a long ways from being extremely competitive in this league. Casa Pia moving it around with ease right now. We are getting close to them, but their passing has been crisp. This is a real chance. Pekovic is there. Good angle defensively. We cut off their passing lanes, winding up a shot, and King Manu heads it back. It's a bad touch here, and Gaprindashvili picks off the defender. Boston Atwater to Hans Magnuson. Real chance for Hans. He tries to cut it back. Should have just gone earlier. Intercepted by Gaprindashvili again. Atwater over the top to Magnuson. Hans off the post, and he was onside. And halftime hits here. No score in Tavira. A little bit of a knock at the door from Balsa Tavira near the end there. Gotta keep that up. Great defending from King Manu. Not the best clearing pass, but it's been a nice debut so far for the German. Headed down to Chico Maya. And we're just trying to create something here. Duarte. Oh, if he only knew he was going to get it back off that deflection. Come on, good chance to counter here. Pedro Buena to Maya. Forward to Magnuson. Boston Atwater lets it run. Boston to Tornique. Real chance to go in front, and what a save by Sekera. How did that not lead to a goal? Corner here towards King Manu. Oh my god, it's off the crossbar. Couple of real good chances there for Balsa. Manu with it to Atwater, and we give it away. Duarte to Pedro Buena. This is good passing here. Magnuson out towards Maya. Come on, Balsa, good break here. Chico Maya in the middle to Pedro Buena, and he's just tackled at the last minute. It's Clayton, Joao Ferreira, and Evandro Martins coming in for the last stretch here. Still 0-0, but Balsa Tavira all of a sudden have some momentum. This is good here. Might be a good chance to counterattack. Clayton with it. Boston Atwater. Not the fleetest of foot, but he gets it to Clayton. On to Gaprindashvili. It's another chance for Tornique. This time he takes it. God, yes! 1-0! Makes no mistake this time. Very nice build-up from Balsa. Clayton with the assist, and he smashes it on that right foot like we've seen him do before. Love the start from him. Said I needed more goals from Tornique, and we've already got one. Let's see if we can hold on for 3 points on opening day. This is good counter-attacking play from Casa Pia. Feeling dangerous right now. Clayton is there. King is there, and it's a goal. Just like that. What an answer. This guy killed us last year when we played Casa Pia, and King Manu, I mean, that's not bad defending. That's just a really good finish there to level things up. Atwater, forward to Clayton. This is nicely done from Clayton. Oh, Boston was making such a good run. Casa Pia passing it around with no intent to go forward, so it looks like this match is going to finish right where it is. 1-1. We thought we had the winner, but honestly, that's a team we struggled against last year. I will take the opening day draw. Really good from Clayton when he came in, but Tornique with 2 chances to score. Thank God he took one of them. But the thing that I'm very excited about, King Manu on his opening day debut for this German, a 7.2. Definitely going to get that breakout scenario upgraded, new playstyle coming for him, and some defensive upgrades. This is an encouraging start to the season, but there's only one way to find out how we continue on here with Balsa. Stick around for next episode once it comes out. Like I said, more content coming, ladies and gentlemen, but until I see you again, this is Ben Therios. You'll never walk alone.